after 4 years of waiting, we finally have a brand new Marilyn Manson album. And the reason it took 4 years is because of this whole controversy from 2021. That's all I'll say on the matter, because like the last video, this is an album review, not a drama video. But on to the actual review. So this album is entitled One Assassination Under God, Chapter 1, which is quite a mouthful, but it's also saying there will be at least a Chapter 2. But for now, let's discuss Chapter 1. Okay, so the first track is the title track, and it sounds pretty good. It has that certain Marilyn Manson moody, heavy sound to it, especially toward the end when he screams, and it is awesome. It's a strong opening song. Alright, next there's track 2, No Funeral Without Applause. I've seen everyone pretty much say this is the weakest song on the album, and I've gotta disagree, because I actually really like this song. The dark tone, lyrics, melody, and heaviness make this a standout song for me, and the chorus is hard not to headbang to. It also gives me a lot of Antichrist Superstar vibes, and the eerie string in the background is a nice touch, so I definitely like this song a lot. Okay, so track 3 is Not If You Understand, and at first I wasn't too big on it, but it grew on me a bit, and reminded me a lot of Hollywood. I mean, the main riff is so damn catchy, as well as the melody, so overall, it's a good song. Up next is track 4, As Sick as the Secrets Within, and this is the first single from the album, and I think it's pretty good. It sounds like one of his modern songs mixed with some old stuff, and for the most part it's definitely pulled off well. And his voice is really good on this song, and it's fitting, given how this song is about him going sober and getting back in shape, which definitely helps his voice on this record. And he sounds like 90s, early 2000s Manson, so a pretty good song for sure. And now we've gotten to track 5, Sacrilegious, which is the third single, and it's decent. It's got a catchy hook, though the guitar on this song isn't really mixed that well, because it kind of sounds quiet. But it's another song where he sounds pretty good, and the melody is decent enough, so a decent song all around. So track 6 is Death Is Not a Costume, and man, this might go toe-to-toe with track 2 as my favorite off this album, because I am loving this song. It reminds me a lot of something like Coma White from Mechanical Animals, and the chorus is incredible, and the slow burn tempo really works here. So, a really good song, in my opinion, and is possibly my favorite track so far. Alright, now we have reached what to me is the weakest song on the album, and that is track 7, Meet Me in Purgatory. Now, while I don't hate this, it's also not great. The melody just doesn't do it for me, and the riffs are fine. The only real highlight is the end when he starts screaming a bit, but that's about it. It's just an okay song. Next is track 8, Raise the Red Flag, the second single, and definitely a big improvement from track 7, and is another song that sounds like old and new stuff combined. And it's got a good riff, and the bridge is awesome, so it's also a pretty good song. And the time has come for the ninth and final song, Sacrifice the Mass, and it's mostly on the softer side and is a bit long, and it's a decent song and album closer, but the major highlight has definitely got to be the bridge. And I do kind of like the eerie atmosphere he sets up with the song, so a decent track overall. Alright, so to end this video, the album has some pretty good songs and a few that aren't as good, but even those aren't bad. And I do like that he went back to some of his older sound on this album, and I'm glad he's back finally and sounds really good. So, overall, I would have to give this album an 8 out of 10. But that is gonna do it for today. So whatever your thoughts are about the album or review, definitely leave them down in the comments. And once again, I will mention this. Keep it about the album and nothing else. And as always, I will see you all next time.